Hi, I'm Lindsi Wyner, Associate Director of Events.
Lindsi, how long have you worked for the Hyatt Regency Santa Clara?
Santa Clara, I've been here 3 months.
3 months. And how long for working with Hyatt?
Almost 9 years this summer.
9 years this summer, okay. Take me through your Hyatt experience. Where did you get your start?
I started at the Hyatt Regency McCormick Place. They hired me on as an event concierge. And there I was promoted to a ICW catering manager, which is now known as an event sales manager. And I did that for a little over 4 years. And then they transferred me out to the Hyatt Regency Lost Pines in Austin. And I went there as an event planning manager. And then I was promoted there from that to senior, and then from senior to associate director.
All
And
right.
now I'm here.
All right, 9 years, 3 properties.
Yep.
Now you are a Texas girl. How did you find yourself out in Chicago for your first
I was working kind of in and out of the industry on the other side of things, doing event planning for nonprofits and worked for Clear Channel Radio, but I really wanted to get into the hotel side. So I had an acquaintance that worked for Hyatt up in Chicago, and I reached out to her and asked how to get my foot in the door. She said they had a position that they were getting ready to hire for. I sent her my resume, and about a month later I was packing my bags and moving to Chicago.
So tell me about that interview. Do you remember it? Do you remember?
I do. It was a little, it was a lot to take in. I felt like I had no idea what I was talking about or the world that I was about to walk into. But the director and the senior manager that were interviewing me were really positive and upbeat, and it felt like a really good opportunity, and it felt like a good group of people to work for. And I started to really grab onto what the Hyatt represented, and that I wanted to be a part of that. So I was excited.
Do you still keep in touch with some of those people from the first experience with Hyatt?
Absolutely. The director at Hyatt Regency McCormick Place is still my mentor. She's still one of my favorite people in the world. I get to see her once a year at I Lead now, and when I have a hard time or I need some suggestions, I always reach out to her. And the manager who interviewed me is now one of my close friends as well. So still very close to the people in Chicago, and now my friends down at Lost Pines, and then I'm here making new relationships.
So 3 properties is very exciting, right? You get to see all kinds of different Hyatt experiences. Tell me about the first 3 months at Hyatt Regency Santa Clara. What sticks out to you as being different or new?
I have not yet experienced what's happening here. First, the shift in the departments and how events is a little bit different, and the E-team, and how they've separated food and beverage in rooms. And I find it to be really fun to be a part of, because we're all learning and growing at the same time to create something that's going to be really successful. So that's been really fun to be a part of that, and to go to those meetings and to welcome our guests with so many fun different activities and ways to say thank you. And I've not done that yet at a hotel. It's been very cut and dry at the other hotels, and that this is a hotel and this is how we run. And I feel like here we're really kind of breaking those bonds that we in the hotel industry have always stuck to, and we're having fun. And that's really cool. And then just being at a convention hotel, every convention hotel is so different. Being back here and really kind of getting into the groove with being attached to the convention center and all the opportunities that presents, but a team that really knows their stuff and is really motivated to make it the best experience possible.
Tell me about, so third property, right? And there's going to be some people listening to this who have not made their first move yet. Give them some advice. What can you expect when you transfer from one property to the next, and you're leaving one state and going to a new state?
I would first say do it. Every time I've done it, and this is really only my second time, it's wonderful. It's hard to leave. It's hard to leave a place where you're comfortable and that you know the people and you know the hotel. But these are lifelong friends. That's the wonderful thing about Hyatt, is that we're not just coworkers, we're family. We spend more time with each other than we do with anyone else in our lives. So I have some of the best friends in my life I met through Hyatt, and I would say do it. Take the jump, take the opportunity, go and learn and grow and see how every hotel does it differently. But anywhere you go, it's still Hyatt, and you still know it's Hyatt, because that's how this company has really made us feel like we're part of a family.
Tell me about, how do you know when you go home after work if you had a good day? What makes a good day for you?
I typically know I've had a good day if I go home kind of just feeling like I'm not carrying the weight of the world on my shoulders. I know that I've been successful, and I know that not every, even on any day, I'm not going to leave work with everything checked off my to-do list or everything done that needs to be done. But if I can leave work knowing that I had really good interactions, positive interactions, and I'm making a difference for somebody, whether it's a coworker or a client, and I may not have succeeded in all of it, but if I've done a little bit of that, then I can go home knowing that I've done my job. But the beauty of this industry and why I plan to continue in it is because the challenges it presents. Every day is different, and every single day I'm going to learn. I'm going to make a mistake, I'm going to learn from it, and that's one of the great things about what we do every day.
Tell me about the life balance. You bring up something really interesting, that there's many days where you don't get all of the boxes checked. How can you still relax and enjoy your personal life outside of work?
I try really hard to practice what I preach. It's not as easy because I tell people to do it, but I challenge myself sometimes. But I just have to remember that, the way I can be my best at work is if I'm happy with everything else in my life. So I can't come to work and give my all and be my best and be happy and positive and really contribute to what's going on if I'm not happy outside of that. And so I have to remember that I've got to get the rest that I need. I need to see my family and my friends and take part in the things I love.
Life balance?
Yeah, I do. I think that I get better at it all the time. I think we put a lot more pressure on ourselves in the beginning of our career, especially those who want to really make a career out of this. We want to impress. We want to be the one who stays the latest. We want to be the one who comes in the morning. We want to be the one that keeps saying, yes, we'll do it, we'll do it, we'll do it. And I think you start to learn what your limits are and what the things that you can do at work that allow you to also have that life outside but still be successful. But I think every single day I'm taking away some sort of a lesson on how I can better balance my life with my job and still be really happy with both. So yeah, always learning.
Where do you find your motivation?
I find it from the people around me. I am very motivated by the environment that I'm in. And if I'm in an environment with a lot of energy and a lot of people who are working towards the same goal as I am, I take that energy and I run with it. And I know that I try really hard to step outside of my office multiple times a day and crack a joke to get everyone laughing and to make sure that everyone's having a good time. We come here, like I said before, we spend more time here than we spend anywhere else. We should be having fun. And we work in an industry that is really fun, and we get to meet really great people and create relationships. And I just am motivated by the people around me, and I think that as long as they're having a good time and they're wanting to be a part of it, it really helps to motivate me to be a part of it as well.
Lindsi, I want to talk about connections that you make with your clients. Mm-hmm. There is a great survey that mentioned you by name. Miss Hartman, who I think you work with quite a bit, she says, Lindsi is an excellent addition to the team and a really wonderful person to work with. She works well at bridging our team with the Hyatt team. Tell me a little bit about this relationship.
Sure. When I got here, I was immediately handed 3 files for the same group, same clients, February, March, and April. And so I initially, they were my first group here as an event planning manager, so I initially reached out to them, and they had some concerns because they felt like they had a very good relationship with the person who had my position before me and who was managing their events. And not concerned that we wouldn't come through, but just that concern that it was a short period of time from January until their program in February. So I tried really hard to connect with them quickly and on a level that I felt like was going to be really beneficial for our relationship with this group, because I knew that this was a lot of repeat business that we could gain year after year. And one of the things that's really important to me is making sure that our clients understand that it's not the Hyatt and it's not the group. It's once they've signed that contract and we start working together, we're one team. So really building that bridge is so important for the success of us, but also for the success of the group. We can't do it without each other. So I think that one of the things I was able to really help them with was to understand that we're here for them and they're here for us, and that we really have to work together, and that when they're here, it's not necessarily my Hyatt name tag and their Usenix name tag, but we're all on the same team. And if they're successful, then we are. So I worked really hard, and they booked with us for 2 more programs next year. So I worked really hard with them, knowing their past experiences with the hotel and how much they love it, and wanting to make sure that we kept that relationship going.
What are you most proud of after all this time?
I am proud of the fact that I stepped into something that I knew nothing about, and that was the hotel industry, and that I packed my bags and moved to Chicago without thinking about it. And here I am almost 9 years later as an associate director who wants to continue my path with Hyatt. And I feel really proud to work for a company that has put so much time and effort into me, and that sees what I bring to the table and has supported me all the way through. So it's just been a really awesome journey, and I'm kind of excited for the rest of it.
What a great answer. And that's exactly what we're trying to accomplish with these videos, is to let those people out there know, those young leaders, that anybody can do this. Mm-hmm. Anybody can be in your chair.
Yep.
Everybody has the opportunity. So
absolutely.
Excellent. Lindsi, thank you very much for your time. I enjoyed that.
Absolutely.